we are back. Thanks for clicking on the link. Welcome to Good Energy. Enjoy the content, and everyone have a blessed day. And we are back. Welcome to Good Energy, guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. We're back at the Madrid Open WTA 1000 level event. We will have live coverage as well as previews and predictions, so stay tuned. But first, this was Sabalenka at the 2021 Porsche Grand Prix Open against Ashley Barty. She did not win the Porsche. She was the runner-up, and Ashley Barty had her fair share of victories over Sabalenka last year in championships. But how would Sabalenka do this year in 2022 against Iga Swiatek? Now, we saw Sabalenka blowing kisses at the Porsche. She wanted the red one. That's right, she said, "I want the red one. I've been dreaming about it." But unfortunately, no, she would be the loser. Again, very uninterested, walking off of the ceremony stage early. And the reality here is Sabalenka is Sabalenka. But Iga Swiatek, all smiles. The Porsche, she did a she got in it, she drove it off of the podium, and it really looks good on her. Iga Swiatek, congratulations. We're going to look at her in the Porsche. She's like amazed. I know she can buy like 100 Porsches, but the reality is it's always good to see the hard work pay off. And again, Sabalenka uninterested and just walking off early, very rude and disrespectful. But we're now in Madrid. This is a event that Sabalenka won last year. This was the championship she actually got revenge on against Ashley Barty, which was finally glad to see. Ashley Barty was just abusing Sabalenka in those finals. It had to be horrible losing all those finals. But this is an event that Sabalenka won, and we're going to give you a preview and prediction video. Let's start things off with Sabalenka. Let's go. Iga Swiatek had to pull out of this tournament. I am not shocked to learn that with a shoulder injury, allegedly. Swiatek has a shoulder injury, but the reality here is, come on, we want to see a new winner anyways. Iga Swiatek was the favorite to win this tournament, plus 150. Unbelievable. You do not see odds like that in tennis. Prime Serena Williams is the only time you saw numbers like that. But the reality here is Paula Badosa is now the top seed, then Sabalenka, the defending champion. That's right, Sabalenka won this tournament last year. And Zachary is here, Pliskova, Danielle Collins returning. Yes, American female tennis. Along with Coco Gauff, they need to represent, and Jessica Pegula. Garbiñe Muguruza, great clay player. On Jabeur, Emma is here. Jelena Ostapenko is here, and she has a tough first round matchup against Alexandrova. We are going to cover that match. And stay tuned for that prediction. You might be surprised at who I pick. Belinda Bencic, after winning Charleston, taking a break. She has been looking good on clay. Jessica Pegula. Palichenkova, the veteran. Corey Gauff, can she finally pull it together? Iga's not here. It's wide open, Coco. Victoria Azarenka, the veteran, and Rybakina. This field is stacked. WTA 1000 event, that's right, 1,000 points up for grabs, $500,000 up for grabs. Leylah Fernandez, long hair, don't care, she's back. Petrovic, Teichmann, Jill Teichmann, the crafty. Kvitova, the veteran, her left hand serve is amazing. Anna Konch, who's been playing very well. The doubles #1 ranked player in the world, Sinikova. Dodin is here, that's right, Ocean. Martinkova playing well, Kasuk playing well, Clara Tauson, heat-seeking missiles, she is back. Sloane Stevens, yes. And Kalina, Asa Tomljanovic, she has the tennis channel following her around with tons of cameras. She's doing the reality TV tennis thing. Very, very good. Madison Keys representing for the Americans. If her serve is on with those aces, you are going to be in trouble. Guys, let's get right into it. This is a preview and prediction video. If you've listened so far, please hit the like button. Sabalenka won this event in 2021, and the reality here is this event has only had a handful of winners going back the last 10 years. There have been multiple repeats. Barbara Krejcikova and Sinikova, they won it in doubles. Krejcikova, hopefully she'll be back soon, as well as Jennifer Brady. Kiki Bertens, she won it in 2019. Is she still in the wheelchair? I don't know. Kvitova won it in 18. Simona Halep back-to-back in 2016 and 2017. Simona Halep, one of the favorites to win this tournament. Watch out. Ladies always play well in tournaments that they've won before, okay? It's like royal treatment. It really makes them feel good, and there's a comfort feeling knowing that you can do it and you've done it before. Kvitova, she won it in 15 again. Sharapova, 2014, and the GOAT, Serena Williams, won it in 2012 and 2013. And the Williams sisters, they actually won it in 2011. But the reality here is this is a preview and prediction video, guys, and let's get right into it. We're going to start with the first match, the main event. We're going to start first with that one. Let's get right into it. Sabalenka. You have to love the matchmakers. This is like, if other sports like UFC and boxing were only this good with matchmaking, fans would be glued to the TV with popcorn. Here at the Madrid Open, the matchmakers are not playing around. The defending champion has a chance to be sent home immediately. Sabalenka is going to be taking on Amanda Anisimova, who just has her number. No matter how good you are, how great you are, there are certain opponents that just have your number and that can just beat you, and they're just better than you, And the reality here is Amanda Anisimova owns the head-to-head of Sabalenka 3-love. She beat her twice at the age of 17 in the same year at two of the four slams. She beat her at Wimbledon and Roland Garros. Wimbledon and the Australian Open. At only 17, Sabalenka was 20, but again, Sabalenka, the younger player, Sabalenka has matured within the last 2 years. 2019 Sabalenka was making a ton of mistakes, very angry, very upset, and just outbursting a lot more than what she does now. She has controlled it to some extent, but the reality here is Amanda Anisimova beat her in straight sets at the Australian Open and Wimbledon. They recently played at Charleston, which actually went 3 sets. Sabalenka won the first set, and then Amanda Anisimova just came on, just having the crowd behind her. Amanda Anisimova, if you follow the channel, just like I told you guys a few years ago with Iga Swiatek, when she finally clicks and gets it together, she's going to be dangerous. I feel the same way about a few other players. Coco Gauff, once that thing happens that she's missing now, once it clicks, she's going to be dangerous. Jennifer Brady, I feel with her serve and volley, she's going to be dangerous once she gets healthy, and hopefully this injury doesn't derail her career. She's someone to watch out for. Barbara Krejcikova, she's someone to watch out for. And Amanda Anisimova has a good serve and volley. She plays very, very wide, and she's very powerful. Those types of players are very tough to defend because you can't play your best game against them. You're constantly on the defensive. Their best defense is their offense, and Amanda Anisimova is that type of player. Sabalenka's lateral movement, vertical movement, she's a much better vertical mover, but she's not the best mover. Sabalenka relies heavily on her offense, and when she plays someone that stretches the court out, Sabalenka struggles greatly. And we all know when she gets frustrated, she starts to hang her head, and she does not play well from behind, because you have to be composed and disciplined to play from behind. And Sabalenka at times is not always that type of player. Amanda Anisimova plays very wide, and you've been seeing her against these top tier opponents recently, and she's been displaying that, and especially against the match with Osaka and all the matches with Sabalenka. She stretches the court so wide that Sabalenka can't make up the ground. She gets frustrated and she tries to overhit, ends up making a ton of mistakes, and she loses just like that. This match here, the experts are picking Anisimova to win. Sabalenka in the first round matchup, it shouldn't be a pick'em. You know, Sabalenka is the type of, she's a defending champion, but the reality here is the experts are picking Anisimova to win. My official pick with this match, and this is a lock, I'm taking Sabalenka to get revenge and win this matchup. That's right, I'm going against the experts on this one. I'm picking Sabalenka to win this match. Why? The reasoning is pretty simple. We just saw Sabalenka come through the Porsche Grand Prix Open playing the best players in the world. She beat Kontaveit. She beat Bianca Andreescu, that looked really, really good. And she gave Iga Swiatek a run for her money. The reality here is you have to love how Sabalenka's playing. Even though she did disappoint, I thought she would win at least a set against Iga in the finals, but the reality here is Iga's on a different level. Alright guys, and I feel that Sabalenka's going to win this match. I think she's at home in terms of the returning champion. They're rolling out the red carpet for her, and I feel that bitter taste that's in her mouth from the Porsche Grand Prix. If this was any other tournament, I would stay away from Sabalenka, because the reality here is when you're dealing with a high level top tier athlete, that hangover effect is very real, where losing a championship, coming to the next match, they're not really going to care about it too much. They could be just thinking about other things. But the reality here is this is a defending title. This is a tournament that she won. This is a very important tournament. Iga's not in this tournament. She just ran through the previous best draw. It's one of the best draws you're going to get there. And the reality is she can do it again. And it's going to start with a tough task with Amanda Anisimova. This is probably a match that goes 3 sets over. But the reality here is I like Sabalenka to come through. That's my official prediction. Lock of the day, Sabalenka to upset Amanda Anisimova. It feels weird saying upset, right? But Sabalenka finally gets the win over Amanda Anisimova. These courts here, you have to be aware, these courts, they play a little bit faster, okay, than what we saw at the Porsche Grand Prix. The Porsche Grand Prix is a very unique type of clay surface, and you saw Sabalenka shine last year, and she has a good chance to win this tournament this year. So the reality here is take Sabalenka to advance, and let's continue with the draw. Normally I'll save a popcorn match like that for last, but hey guys, I think Sabalenka's going to put the pressure on her, and I think Amanda's going to fold pretty quickly. I think she's going to quit, and the reality here is not necessarily retire, but I can see an injury or something like that happening. But you're going to see the true Amanda Anisimova come out when Sabalenka puts that pressure on her today. That's right. But Coco Gauff taking on Schmidlova. It's going to be a tough matchup for Gauff. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Schmidlova's coming through the qualifiers, having a few matches under her belt, but I think Gauff will get through, and Gauff will advance to the next round. Putintseva versus Shelby Rogers. That's a match I like to go over. Both of those players normally will go over. They start slow, and you see their best game somewhere to the mid first and second set. So that's a match I would take the over. Halep versus Zhang. Definitely taking Halep to advance. She loves playing here. Very comfortable with the court movement. Kudermetova versus Badosa. That's a tough one to pick, to be honest with you. That could be an upset alert. However, I will take Badosa to just use her experience on clay in this area and familiarity with the court to get the victory there. So I have Badosa beating Kudermetova in what's going to be a tight game. Madison Keys versus Sakari. That, I tell you, these matchmakers are amazing what the matches they pick, and the reality here is this has upset alert. I like Madison Keys as the underdog to shock Zachary. And we have Bondar versus Kataskina. That's a matchup there that Kataskina is actually the underdog. I'm going to take Kataskina to win that. And Popova versus Osaka, I do have Osaka advancing. She's been training for the clay season. She wants to win this tournament. She expressed it. And yeah, take Osaka to win it. Either Osaka or Sabalenka. The best bet is probably take the winner from the lower half since Iga Swiatek is out. Srivers Turmo, I do have. That's going to be a tough matchup. Turmo is good on clay, but the reality here is Pavlyuchenkova is a little better. Take Pavlyuchenkova to win that matchup there. And Pegula versus Camila Giorgi. That's going to be a tough matchup. Camila Giorgi, we all know, likes to go out guns blazing. And if I had to pick one there, I'd take the more consistent player. We'll take Pegula to beat Giorgi. And Fruitova versus Kanepi. The matchmakers never disappoint. The teen phenom, the newest teen phenom, taking on Kanepi. I think Kanepi's gonna hit through her, but if you're looking for an underdog one to take a chance on, Fruitova is definitely gonna be it. But she has the potential to move Kanepi all around and frustrate her. But I would take Kanepi to advance. Endershu versus Riss. I like Bianca to win that matchup there. And Puig versus Danielle Collins. How's Monica gonna look after that huge long layoff? How's Danielle Collins gonna look after her, short time? I like Danielle Collins to win that off of her power. Puig, I don't know how the shoulder is. We're gonna have to see. Until then, Danielle Collins will advance. Azarenka versus Golubic. I do like Azarenka to advance, just much too experienced. Golubic's been active, but I do like the veteran there. Too many tricks up her sleeve. Very experienced clay player. Haddad Mia versus Zidansek. Haddad Mia came through the qualifiers. She's got her feet wet. Zidansek, to be honest with you, she had her great run last year, but I don't think she's that great. I'm going to take Haddad Mia on the upset there. Samsonova versus Petra Martic. I'm going to take Petra Martic on the upset there as the underdog. That's good value. She won today. I had her winning today as an underdog. Amanda Anisimova, Sabalenka. I gave you that pick there. I think Sabalenka is just... I think she's going to put the pressure on Anisimova this time, and I think she's going to make her quit. I like Sabalenka to win that. Leylah Fernandez, long hair, don't care, versus Petrovic. That's going to be a tough master. Petrovic getting the win over Juvan today, and people had Juvan as the favorite. I picked Petrovic to win that as an underdog. The reality here is I like Leylah Fernandez to send her home. Leylah Fernandez, too many tricks, too fast. Teichmann versus Kvitova. Teichmann, I mean, she's volatile. Kvitova, if she's healthy, Kvitova should win that match. And Kans versus Sinakova. I don't know if Sinakova is even going to play this match, to be honest with you. But I like Sinakova to win the first set, actually. And I think Kans will probably win the match. But I do like Sinakova to win at least a set, the first set in particular. Rabinkina versus Ocean Dodden. That's a match Rabinkina's just going to control her with the power, and Ocean's just going to be like a fish out of the ocean. Rabinkina definitely will win that. Raducanu versus Martinkova. They have this literally as a match that Raducanu might lose, but I'm going to pick Raducanu to advance to the round of 32. We'll see what she can do from there, but she should beat Martinkova. Kasuk versus Clara Tauson. It's going to be a tough match, guys. I'd have to go with the heat-seeking missiles of Clara Tauson to win that matchup there. Sloane Stephens versus Catalina. It's a tough matchup. I like that match to probably go over. I really love to see Sloane Stephens win, but they just keep giving her these tough opponents in the first round. I don't know what it is. If I had to pick, I'd have to go with Kalina to win that. She's the slight favorite. I have Kalina winning that, and that's, that's probably one of the better matches on the board. Galena's just she's playing better lately. She's more active. Tomljanovic versus Garbiñe Muguruza. Tough matchup for the reality TV tennis star, but Muguruza is going to win that one. Pliskova versus Buskova. Now this is a tough matchup. Both Czech ladies. Definitely like the match to go over. Defensive player versus strong offensive player. I like the over, and that's a matchup that Buskova can win. The reality is she can win. However, I didn't think she looked as good today, squeaking by. But we're going to take Pliskova to win that matchup. Menin versus Yastremka. That's a match I like to go over. And Diaz Sershu, I like Sershu. That was 2.5 to 1 favorite. That's a lock there for you. Alexandrova versus Ostapenko. This is a very tough matchup. They have Alexandrova as the favorite, and here's a lock for you. I like Ostapenko to win the first set. Can she hold on? She hasn't been active, but she's been working and practicing for this tournament. She looks fit. She looks in shape. I like her to win the first set. Alexandrova might adjust, and who knows, she might squeak out a win, but my lock there is Ostapenko to win the first set. That's a lock. Ons Jabeur versus Jasmine Poliani. I think the odds are a little bit too disrespectful for Poliani, who's a good clay player, and I like that match to go over. I don't think Poliani's going to go out. I don't think she's going to go down that easy. I think she's going to go down fighting. I do like Ons Jabeur to win, but I like to go over. Elise Cornet versus Gracheva. So this is a matchup that has upset written all over it. For some reason, I think Gracheva is going to win. So I take Gracheva to win at least one set. Cornet, that is an upset. I like Gracheva to win at least a set there. Zhang versus Muchova. This is another match that has upset written all over it. I like Zhang to win at least a set in that matchup as well. Begu versus Bencic. I like Bencic to advance past Begu. And yeah, there's some really, really good matches this round here. We're just doing a speed round here. For the round of 32, we'll get much more in-depth, much more technical. But there's a lot of matches to be played for the next couple days, guys. Enjoy the tennis. Sabalenka is the lock, and I have some very, very strong leans I'm going to be putting on my Patreon, guys. Please subscribe, donate to my PayPal. We are